I was chatting with a physio colleague today who was essentially having a little bit of a dig at me about talking about emotions so much when with reference to back pain clients. And the conversation went along the lines of, you're not a psychologist, you're outside your lane, you shouldn't be dealing with clients' emotions. And I had to laugh. I really had to laugh. But it perpetuates this idea that as health practitioners, we all need to stay in our lane. That somehow as a physio, I'm limited to the physical body. And that even though I know that the emotions affect the biochemistry, which affects the tissues in the body that I'm trying to de-inflame, I'm somehow not allowed to have those discussions with people because that's in the realm of a psychologist. So I'm only allowed to deal with the muscles and the physical structure, but I'm to ignore that the person in front of me is depressed, anxious, fearful, scared. To me, that's madness. And to me, that is part of the flaw of modern medicine. We have compartmentalized people into bits. You see the cardiac guy for your heart, you see the orthopod for your joints, you see the optometrist about your eyes, you see the dentist about your teeth. That's great, and I get why the medical model has done that. We need to have specialists in zones of the body for specialist issues. Mm. But back pain is not just an issue of the vertebrae and the joints. It affects the body, the person living in the body. It affects them mentally and emotionally and physically. Now, I can see huge improvements in someone's movement when I address their beliefs and their fear. So, am I meant to send them to a psychologist to deal with their fear avoidance, to deal with their stress about their relationship, their financial pressure, their job vulnerability? Am I not allowed to highlight to someone that those other areas of their life are impacting their back? Or even just to validate that their back pain is affecting those other areas of their life? At the end of the day, we're humans, we're people. I can talk to someone in a coffee shop about their relationship. I don't have to be a therapist to have a listening ear, to have compassion, to validate someone's experience. And I really think with a bit of upskilling, most physios are so well placed to help clients address their beliefs, to help them move through patterns of behavior that they're fearing. Now, to hear what this colleague was saying, I do understand that if you don't have additional training in those areas, then you can be giving the client a harmful experience. Dealing with people's psyche and emotions is a big deal. I have extra training in these areas. I've done relational skills trauma courses. I've done psychedelic assisted therapy courses. I've done trauma informed care courses. I think those things have made me realize that there's a science to the somatic experience, which we can study, but then how we practically deliver it to a person in front of us in pain is a whole nother skill set that, in my experience, only comes with experience. I had to learn it on the job, I had to learn it outside of my profession, and honestly, I probably got it wrong a lot of times. I probably made people feel unseen. I probably tried to shove down their throats what I knew or thought I knew better than what they knew for themselves. In any profession, when we look back on how we were 20 years ago, we kind of cringe because we were coming from a different place. I certainly was. I was coming from the intellectual space, not the human space. But I also had limited knowledge about what movement is, about the overlap between the mind-body experience. We had very poor understanding of trauma back then. As we develop new skills, we become better practitioners. And I think your level of skill development naturally makes you feel confident or not confident with certain patient types. And for whatever reason, back pain clients, because of their complexity, because of the multifactorial experience, and because I feel I have skills in all those mindset, I got my mindset coaching from being an athlete and 100 other courses. I've got the emotional intelligence, again, through a lot of coursework, but a lot of hard life experiences. And I've got the movement aspects through many different courses, Feldenkrais, Qigong, Anatomy in Motion with Gary Ward, all these different Pilates, all these different movement scientists help you understand movement on a whole new layer. Postural neurology, you know, I've done the training. And I think what's sad is that most physios could bridge that gap very quickly if someone packaged up the missing bits and put it into a course. And that's what I've done. Because of conversations I've had with my colleagues, they are either not interested in dealing with people's emotions, and I would say, great, don't go there then. If it's not your thing, it's not your jam, don't do it. But if it is your jam as a therapist, if you're actually not scared to address someone's emotional experience, to give them tools, practical, science-based, strategic ways to up-level their thinking, to up-level their emotional experience, and to refine their movement habits, then I've developed a practitioner course because I want more physios to go there. And the level to which you can go there is a reflection of your own ability to be in your own body with your own emotions. And that's the cool part. When you can sit opposite someone in a lot of pain and not be drained by it, to have space and have compassion, but to not be drained by their experience, then persistent pain patients don't have to sap you dry. I think a lot of practitioners experience chronic pain patients as exhausting. I did for a long time until I developed more skills. So I guess I'm advocating that yes, physios can have a role, and allied health, osteopaths, chiros, massage therapists, exercise physiologists. If you're interested in people, if you're interested in getting them moving, then dealing with their mental space, dealing with their emotions is a vital part, and most practitioners aren't skilled in it. I've brought the missing links together into this practitioner course because I want more therapists to feel comfortable having these conversations, equipping their clients with these skills, because they're going to get two things. They're going to feel more satisfaction in their career path, which when you're passionate about something, you want to be good at it, because when you're good at it, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's fabulous. You're inspired. You wake up every day. Your job doesn't feel like a job. You get to release people. You get to take them out of their prison and give them a new experience on life. There's nothing better. Anyone who's in the transformational space with anyone in any area will tell you no amount of money can bring that deep satisfaction to you. So I want more practitioners to experience that from their profession, particularly physios, because the burnout rate is high. And I feel the burnout rate is high because we're not equipped. We're never equipped fully to give a patient in pain a holistic experience. Second thing is because if we have more therapists, better equipped, more effective, better skilled holistically, then guess what? We have more patients getting better outcomes and staying out of pain. And that has a huge ripple effect on families, on workplaces, on sporting groups, on schools, on every level of society improves if there's less people in pain. So I will link to the practitioner course below. This wasn't a plug for the practitioner course. I ended up there because I wanted to justify how with the right skills, we can go outside our lane. And not only is that a good idea if you're skilled, my assertion is more therapists should be given that opportunity or take it for themselves. Because I don't see what's being offered out there. If you don't offer that to your clients, they're going to get medicated. They're going to get opiates. They're going to get referred to a psychologist. It's going to extend their entire pain experience. They're more likely to end up in it as a cycle. We all know where that ends. It's exhausting for everybody involved. Apologies for the rant. Just something I felt like addressing. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your experiences. If anything I've said triggers you, talk to me, drop a comment. We'll address it in an upcoming video. Take care.